Hello, today we'll be talking a bit about flooding, as you can see in the video behind me. Specifically, Carlisle. I recently went to Carlisle and interviewed 4 members of my family. This is what they said.
Hello, I'm Dolly Bob Vossiter, and today I will be interviewing you about the flood that happened in Cumbria. My first question is, what happened when the floods began?
So when the floods began, we got a phone call from somebody who we know who asked us if Nikki's mum and dad were okay. And we didn't realise there was any flooding happening. So I walked up the road to check on their house and I couldn't get to it because the road was already completely covered by water. So I just went home and I moved my car to further away from our house, away from where the rivers are. And then we just went to bed. And at about 2 o'clock in the morning, we got a knock on the door and it was from the Coast Guard, which was a bit weird because we live in the middle of town. So we don't really often get the Coast Guard at our house. And it was the Coast Guard to say that the water was coming. So we packed up things and put them upstairs and then just waited for the water to come in.
Okay. Well, how did this affect you? What was the aftermath of the flood?
So the day after the flood, we went back to our house just to check what had happened, and all the water had disappeared and there was just a brown mud all over the inside of the house. So we got our passports and we went to Lapland because it was just before Christmas and we'd already planned to go to Lapland, so we thought why not, and we just went. And then we rang the insurance company and then we came home a few days later and then had to get everything cleared up. So we had lots of workmen come in and they ripped out everything out of the house. We threw out everything that we had downstairs in the house because it had all been covered in horrible water, and then started rebuilding.
Okay, how did the flood make you feel emotionally when it happened?
That's quite a tricky one really, because there was lots of different emotions. There's a bit of excitement almost at first. It obviously I would have preferred it not to happen, but at the end of the day it was an inconvenience more than anything else. It made you realise how much people help each other and how we got to know people who live around us that we'd never spoken to before. Everyone was helping each other. There was people giving their time to empty houses and providing food for people who'd been flooded. So although it was awful that our house got ruined, it was actually quite a positive experience in a way.
I'm Dolly Bob Vossiter, and today I will be interviewing you about the flood that happened in Cumbria. My first question is, what happened when the floods began?
Well, my street was Warwick Road. It was 6th of December, a Sunday. I woke up, I could see outside was water. There wasn't much land that you could see. And do you want to know what happened to me?
Yeah, sure.
I went outside. The water was everywhere. It seemed to affect us in
Okay, never mind.
to affect my family in not a very bad way, but we thought it wasn't very bad. We thought it was quite good compared to other people, but lots more problems came after we actually moved back into the house. We went to live in a place in Aglenby with my grandma and granddad, who also got flooded. My grandma and granddad got flooded as well, and they had to come and live with us in Aglenby because we rented a house. It was nearly Christmas. We spent Christmas and my birthday in Aglenby, and we moved back into our house in May. But problems kept coming. In our walls, there was rot, and there was damp. We had damp walls from the inside, so we needed work on the walls. That's how the floods really affected us in Carlisle.
How did this affect you emotionally? How did you think about floods like this?
It was quite a big adventure, to be fair. I liked it.
So how did this flood make you feel emotionally? Were you scared when it happened, or?
I just thought of it as a big adventure.
Okay. Well, Okay, well, one last thing. So what did you if like for the people who are watching this, do you have any advice or maybe what they should do if a flood happens to them?
I would say if it gets into your house, then just evacuate your house.
I hope you can see from these interviews what a flood can do. The effect a flood can have on one family. Try to imagine what it would be like if you were in a flood. I'm Billy Bob Rossiter, hovering 300 foot over Carlisle. See you next time.